if you're a college player and you're a great college player, like Caitlin was, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players. Like, she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid, but they were tremendously disrespected. And none of them are going to say it, but human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening.
Geno Auriemma just set the internet on fire with his comments about Caitlin Clark, the GOAT coach versus the rising star. It's a battle for the ages. But here's the kicker. Clark's army of fans is hitting back hard. They're calling him out, and you won't believe what they're saying. It's David versus Goliath, and Goliath might be in trouble. Alright folks, let's talk about the clash that's got everyone buzzing. Geno Auriemma versus Caitlin Clark. It's like watching a basketball legend go toe-to-toe with the hottest new star on the court. Geno's got 11 national titles, but Caitlin's got the whole basketball world talking. This isn't just a game anymore. It's a battle for the future of women's basketball. So what's the deal? Geno's out here saying one player can't change the whole game. But hold up, isn't that exactly what legends do? Think about it. We've seen players come along and flip entire sports on their head. And now Caitlin's doing just that, making waves like we've never seen before. You know what's wild? Geno's been coaching forever, but Caitlin's got fans losing their minds. It's old school versus new school, and everyone's picking sides. Geno says Caitlin talks trash on the court, but isn't that part of what makes her so exciting to watch?
I think you and I both know the landscape that we live in today, both sports-wise and non-sports-wise, right? This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. We are in a red, blue. And if you're red, you can't agree with blue. And if you're blue, you can't agree with red. Whereas most things are in the middle.
The fans are eating it up, and more people are tuning in than ever. Here's where things get spicy. Geno's comparing Caitlin to Paige Bueckers, but fans aren't having it. They're saying Caitlin's in a league of her own. The internet's blowing up with comments, and some fans are even saying Geno's just jealous of all the attention Caitlin's getting. It's getting heated out there. But let's pump the brakes for a second. Is Geno onto something when he says we need more than one star to grow the game? Or is he underestimating just how much impact Caitlin's having? This isn't just about two people anymore. It's about where women's basketball is headed. The whole basketball world is shook. Fans are picking sides, players are weighing in, and everyone's got an opinion. This clash is bigger than Geno versus Caitlin. It's old guard versus new school, tradition versus change.
There's a huge target on this kid's back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. Targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years. But they've been put out to be that because the way social media is today.
And you know what? No matter who you're rooting for, one thing's for sure. Women's basketball will never be the same after this. Speaking of change, Caitlin's army of supporters is taking this battle to a whole new level. Remember those old school fan letters? Forget about it. We're talking memes, video deep dives, and some seriously creative callouts. Ready to see fan loyalty on steroids? You won't believe how Caitlin's fans are reacting to Geno's comments. They're not just defending her, they're going all out. It's like they formed this massive online army, ready to take on anyone who dares to criticize their basketball queen. The loyalty is off the charts. Let's look at some of these comments. Fans are tearing into Geno like he just insulted their best friend. One fan even said Geno's just mad because Caitlin didn't go to UConn. Can you imagine if she had? The whole landscape of college basketball might be totally different. It's wild to think about how one player's decision can shake up the entire sport. Here's where it gets even crazier. Caitlin's fans are like detectives, digging up old videos of Geno praising other players. They're calling him out for changing his tune now that Caitlin's the talk of the town. It's like they're building a whole case against him.
The next Diana, now, they're out of their mind. And for these people that are waiting outside the bus for the Chicago Sky team, what the hell's wrong? What do we become, a third world soccer country? So what kind of impact is this rookie class having in the WNBA?
How do you think Clark is handling this?
I think she's handling great. I think she talks a lot of and she gets a lot of back. That when a soccer player gives up their own goal in the World Cup, you're waiting for him in a bar to shoot him. Like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
But you know what's really interesting? Some fans are saying Geno's comments are actually good for the game. It's creating buzz, getting people talking. But here's the million-dollar question. Is all publicity good publicity? I mean, it's keeping women's basketball in the spotlight, but at what cost? The memes are absolutely out of control. Fans are photoshopping Caitlyn dunking on Geno. It's brutal out there. It's like a full-on meme war, and Geno's on the losing side. The creativity is off the charts. These fans could give professional graphic designers a run for their money. But here's a twist. Some longtime women's basketball fans are torn. They respect Geno's legacy, but love Caitlyn's game. It's causing some real debates online. You've got people arguing back and forth, trying to balance their love for the sport's history with their excitement for its future. This fan reaction is showing just how much the game has changed. It's not just about what happens on the court anymore. Social media is changing the whole game. The way fans engage, the speed of reactions, the memes, the debates. It's a whole new world for women's basketball. And you know what? It's making the sport more exciting than ever. Okay, you know how they say one person can't change the world? Well, Caitlin Clark might just prove that wrong in basketball. Her games are breaking viewership records left and right. But here's the real question. Is she single-handedly transforming women's basketball, or is there more to this story? Let's talk about what Geno really meant when he said, one player can't change everything. Is he right? I mean, think about it. Michael Jordan changed the NBA forever. Serena Williams transformed tennis. Could Caitlyn do the same for women's basketball? It's not crazy to think she might. You won't believe the stats for Caitlyn's games. Viewership is through the roof. Ticket sales are skyrocketing. It's like she's got some kind of magic touch. People are tuning in just to see what she'll do next. That's huge for the sport. But hold up, Geno's got a point too. He's talking about the whole system, from high school to college to the pros. It's not just about one superstar. There's a lot more to growing a sport than just having one amazing player. You need coaches, programs, sponsors, the whole package. You know what's really interesting? Some experts are saying Caitlyn's impact goes way beyond just playing. She's inspiring young girls to pick up a basketball. That's massive. Imagine all these little girls watching Caitlyn and thinking, I want to be like her. That could change the game for generations. Let's look at the numbers. Women's basketball is growing faster than ever, but is it all because of Caitlyn, or is she just part of a bigger trend? It's like she came at just the right time when the sport was ready to explode. Talk about perfect timing. Here's the real kicker. What if Caitlyn's impact is more about changing how people see women's basketball? She's making people look at the sport in a whole new way. It's not just about scoring points, it's about changing minds. That's powerful stuff. This debate is way bigger than just Geno versus Caitlyn. It's about where women's basketball is headed. And you know what? Fans are here for it. They're watching, they're arguing, they're getting excited. That's exactly what the sport needs to keep growing. It's an exciting time to be a women's basketball fan, that's for sure. Speaking of excitement, what if I told you this Geno-Caitlyn showdown is just the tip of the iceberg? There's a ripple effect happening that's turning women's basketball on its head. From players to coaches to the media, nobody's immune to this shakeup. Let's talk about how this drama is changing everything. It's not just about Geno and Caitlyn anymore. The whole game is transforming right before our eyes. You know what's crazy? People who've never cared about women's basketball before are suddenly tuning in. It's not just diehard sports fans anymore. It's everyone and their grandma. And get this, other players are stepping up their game like never before. It's like Caitlyn lit a fire under everyone's butts. They're all trying to outdo each other, pushing themselves to new limits. The level of play is off the charts. But here's where it gets really interesting. Coaches are changing up their whole game plan. They're not just looking for good players anymore. They're on the hunt for the next Caitlin Clark. Can you imagine? Every coach wants their own superstar to shake things up. You won't believe how the media is reacting to all this. Women's basketball is getting primetime slots, front page news, the works. When's the last time you saw that happen? It's like the sport just got a VIP pass to the big leagues. Here's a wild thought. Could this whole Geno-Caitlyn clash lead to even bigger changes? We're talking better pay for women players, more TV deals, bigger sponsors. The possibilities are endless. It's like this drama opened up a whole new world of opportunities. And get this, even NBA players are weighing in now. They're showing mad respect for the women's game. It's like they're finally seeing what we've known all along. These ladies can ball. This whole situation is like a wake-up call for the sport. It's not just a game anymore, it's a full-blown movement. Women's basketball is evolving right before our eyes, and it's all thanks to this clash of titans. Who knew one little disagreement could shake up an entire sport? It's insane.